Good morning, everyone. Today in the studio we have a very special guest, Dr. Andrzej Głuchowski of Civil Engineering Institute. Pleasure to meet you, Doctor. And
hello, glad to be here.
The first thing that comes to my mind when I'm thinking about engineering, civil engineering, is creating sustainable architecture inside and outside of the city, also urban transportation infrastructure. So am I right? Am I on the right track? Could you maybe introduce us to the program, tell me something more about it?
Yes, your intuition is very good. Civil engineering is about building structures, various structures. In our master studies program, you would have opportunity to design regular family houses, but also hydrostructures and foundations, tunnels, bridges, and so on. So our approach is to give the information and to give the knowledge to the students that they can apply in the various branches of the civil engineering.
Thank you very much. And what makes the civil engineering at SGGW stand at a national level?
Recently, we acquired a prize from the National Technical University Institution, and our program right now is on the European level. So we can be proud to say that we are producing employees, future employees on this continental level.
Sounds great. So, who are these studies for? What students can apply for this type of studies?
This studies, civil engineering in English master studies, is basically focused on the designing future constructions. So we are focusing on the programs, on the software that we can use for decreasing the number of the materials which we are used for the construction of the buildings. Usually, right now, we can say that civil engineering is very material consuming branch of industry. So to be able to decrease the number of the materials which we are using and spoiling very often, we are using, for instance, building information modeling, which allows us to build the construction in the software and then just to recreate it in the reality. So we can just trace each material which we are using. So we would like to say to our students, if you want to, our future students, if you want to be a future designer, the designer who is able to respond to the challenges of sustainable engineering, then SGGW is your choice.
Well, sounds very compelling and very inspiring, I think. What are the most interesting subjects that the students can take throughout the course?
It's always matter of who likes this or other stuff better. But for me, for instance, very interesting is the hydraulic structures, because students are able to build dams, to address the problems with the water management. And for instance, in Poland right now we have the minus bill of the water. So if we don't address this problem in the future, Poland will become desert. So to be able to properly manage this problem, you have to be able to design these hydraulic structures, to be able to manage the water which is outflowing from our lands, and to be able to use it in the purpose of agriculture, for instance. So for me, it's always this matter of building these big structures, because usually these structures can have 200 meters height. So they are as much compelling as, for instance, the highest skyscrapers around the world.
You told us about a very important topic, right? Because shortage of water in our world is very dangerous. And I would like to ask you, what type of projects can students do during those studies? Maybe they already done something very outstanding, some projects that changed something in our local environment or maybe on a global level?
Yes, and yeah, that's a very good question. Basically, to be a good designer, you have to be able to design any structure, and but the background behind it is to be able to use right tools. One of the, let's say, future tools is designing with the finite element method, and this is the way of designing which you would be proficient in. You can design anything you want. And yeah, and we are teaching this as well on our studies. And for instance, students usually when they are during this civil engineering, during engineering on master program, they are also attending competitions like the building tower competition, and this is the way that they competing with their skills of designing structure which is able to sustain load, as high load as much as possible, with the lowest weight as possible. Yeah. So they also using finite element method. So this method to design the tower and to be able to design it as efficient as possible. So again, this sustainability, because you have to design this tower which is the lightest also. Yeah.
Well, I think creativity is very important part in this studies. Well, also, could you tell me? You already mentioned it, but what a student after graduating, after completing such studies, what they can do? What are the career perspectives?
After finishing the studies. Obviously, they can become designers, but also contractors. So if you, during the studies, if you feel that designing is for you is important, but you would like to be more involved in the building process, then you can go to the contractor. You can become contractor, and then you can be involved in the building process. So you can be on site, on the building site, and you can just oversee how the building is created, yeah. But there is multiple choices. You can become the industrial partner. You can become you can go to commerce and sell the materials, and so on and so forth. So it's the
endless opportunities, right?
Yeah. So there is a lot of opportunities, and yeah. So it's we could spend 5 or 10 minutes more to just talk about it.
Yes. You told us something about being outside of the classroom, right? Visiting construction sites. So do you have a lot of field excursions?
Yes, usually we are trying to go to building sites each semester, or even more. It's very important for students to see the site because they can just get involved with the process, how it's done. And for instance, people who are going to be designers, they also need to attend the on-site activities, because you cannot just take out the design from the contractor activities. So it's always a mix of these two types of activities. So yes, this going out of classes activities are also present in our courses.
Not only listening, but also creating and watching with your own eyes. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. And I don't know about our audience, but I am very much encouraged to apply for these studies. And if you are also interested in applying for civil engineering, please feel welcome to visit our university website. And I hope that we'll see you next year on our campus.
Yes, see you soon.